G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game of Age of Empires 4. Today, we witnessed 2 Conqueror 3 players face off in the ranked ladder. But on top of that, we've also got some big news regarding the DLC. Well, it's not big news, but it's... Look, we got more information. We got screenshots, we've got fun stuff to talk about. We've got a Reddit post that was actually quite good and informative. So we're going to go over those things as well as do a little bit of casting as well. So I hope you don't mind that we sort of mix both entertainment together with news in today's video. So let's introduce our players first, and then we'll get into the screenshot, and then we'll take a look at the Reddit post. So spawning in the north of the map in the color purple, playing as the Byzantines, which is mandatory. We've got sort of. He's sort of a big deal. You may have heard of him. And in the south of the map, in the color blue, playing as the Holy Roman Empire, it's Dennis Kya. Dennis looks like he might be starting off with a little bit of aggression here, so we'll have to wait and see exactly what the play here is. But keep in mind, he's up against the Byzantines, so probably going to be looking to put pressure on the berries. If you put the pressure on the berries, then it's going to make it difficult for them to grab those those special units, the mercenaries. So Dennis is in a really good spot here. Have a look at this. Sort of, you never like to be in this kind of position like that. So anyway, we'll ride along with Dennis now. And let's take a look at that screenshot that we were talking about here. It's just going to be his scout that we look at. So here is the screenshot. So one of the key things to note here is that we get to witness a beautiful base coming through. And so this is going to be from the Knights Templar. You can only assume, judging by all the different unit types that we're able to see here. But have a look on top of the fortress. Do you see it? Do you see what's on top of the fortress? It's not a trebuchet. It's not a catapult. It's not a mangonel. It's a Hui Hui Pao. What is the Hui Hui Pao doing on top of the fortress? I've got no idea. Oh, we got ourselves an attack alarm, ladies and gentlemen. It's okay. It's only a spearman. He's underneath. He's only underneath the town center. Not a big deal. Not a problem. We'll head back down. We can follow a scout. I think we can. Whoa, we lost it. Give me a second here. Misclick. There we go. We can follow a scout. So just bringing up that back up once again. So you can see a whole bunch of different units, and that's sort of where the Reddit post comes in for this video. So basically there was a Reddit post that was done. I'll show you shortly. But essentially, he goes through all of the screenshot, and he's like, look, they've basically revealed all of the age ups for the Knights Templar, because the way that it's going to work is they've got a unique age up system where they get access, basically as they age up, they get access to a new unit that is available depending on who they age up with, right? So as an example, if they age up with the French, they're going to get a different unit to whether they age up with the, I don't know, Italians as an example. I'm just throwing out things here. I don't actually know, but let's go ahead and take a look at that, as the spearmen are doing some work over here on the house at the moment. A little bit of a, I don't know, maybe miscalculation is the right word for it, sort of here, getting punished. Age up is coming through. Veal going to be moving out here, looking to... What's the play here? Sort of potentially thinking about it. So let's talk a little bit about that Reddit threat, because obviously we've got a game here, but we got to talk about the DLC. So I'll bring it up for you over here. Just give me a sec. So the first one is the French, and it is a form of cavalry. We know that much. So I'm going to throw it up on your screen right now. So this is it. So it is a form of cavalry. That's what he said. And this is the French. And you can see because it's got the little flag right there as well. So that's the first thing. And I will also just make sure that I go through and credit this correctly. So this is from Age of Strategax. Strategax. It sounds like there's a little bit of a Persian influence right there. Okay, so that's for the French. He says that that's for the feudal age as well. The next one is the sergeant, and he's actually given their flag as well here. So let's go ahead. We'll grab that. So here you go. So that's the flag, and then this is the unit. So he's been very specific. He said, "Oh, let me zoom in for you right there." So that's the unit. So it kind of looks like the men at arms, but basically he said that is. The sergeant. That's their unique, and that's for the Sicilians. So Sicilians, I guess you could kind of call them Italian, right? Kind of. I mean, maybe the Sicilians are feeling a little bit separationist. Maybe they'd get offended if you said that. But I'm pretty sure that's where they're from. Okay, interesting decision already coming out. So obviously the outpost has locked down the berry. So Dennis Cow playing very well here against the Byzantines. Arkan Chapel behind the scenes is coming up. slowly but steadily. And I'm kind of curious, does he look to go, I would suspect he probably looks to go stable into like 1 or 2 horsemen just to deal with any of these potential archers that might come around looking, and then just go straight castle. I think that's got to be the play. I mean, he's got 5 bills. He could just straight castle it from here. But we'll check in with him a little bit later on. Age up now coming through here. And let's ride on, or let's go back over and check the Reddit thread. So that was the feudal age. So apparently there's 2 options there: the French and the Sicilians. Then there's the Britons, the Castilians, and Genoa. So this is the Britons, where you get access to some type of pike unit. Let me pull it up. Sorry, just give me a second here. All right, we've got it. Scout on the front. Looks like a couple archers are making their way through. Professional scouts coming through as well, so let us bring this one up for you. There you go. So some sort of spearman unit, as you can see. They got the spear, they got the shield, kind of look a little bit like the Lametine in that regard. It is that right there, that is for the Britons. He's also got a link to their flag, but I mean you probably know what their flag looks like. Nice little build-up happening in the base. We've got the archery range, we've got the mercenary house. This is kind of weird. I mean, the archery range makes sense, right? But normally you'd want to pair this with like a stable or something like that. But we'll see what he goes for. Probably going to be for the... Hold on, let me think about the matchup. Holy Roman Empire. Actually, you probably want access to the Lens Connector, right? He's going to go into Keshik, Gulam, Tower, Elephant. So Eastern Mercenary Contract. Keshik is an interesting decision here. Why Keshik? Have a look at this. Whoa. Okay, we got ourselves a whole bunch of production coming out. Obviously, the barracks, but the stables getting dropped down. Professional scouts coming through. So he'll be looking to bring this back in. Okay, well, let's get ourselves back in. Oh, my mouse did the thing. Let's go take a look, because there's a little bit of a break right now. Maybe we can go have a look at some more units. So the next unit that we've got coming up from the Castilians is the javelin-throwing light cavalry. So this is what it looks like. We pointed this one out in the video, so that's from the Castilians. That's what he's said specifically. We also have Genoa with the Genoese crossbowmen. I'll try and zoom in as far as I can to get that one for you. Looks kind of like an arbaletrier. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be real with you guys. It looks a little bit like an arbaletrier, but I'm sure there will be differences. Second stable now coming up as well for Dennis. So not just the one, he's going in for the double. Meanwhile, back at home, we do have the racks that comes up for sort of. Dennis definitely looks like he's going to be going castle here. We'll check. I think we can head back. Let's go back to the Reddit thread. Give me a sec here. Give me a sec. Okay. So then finally for the Imperial age, we've got the Latus from Poland and the Teutonic Knight from the Teutons. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the Latus correctly. So he's got it listed here as Litus or Latus, something like that. So that's the first one, and then the second one is the Teutonic Knight, which just looks absolutely menacing, doesn't it? Oh man, I can't wait to get my hands on some of that. So that was the Reddit post. So once again, I'm gonna give a nice little shout out right here. Age of Estratajax. That's probably Spanish for Age of Strategy. I think that might be accurate. I'm just going to say that right now. So shout out to him. I'll leave a link in the description to the Reddit thread if you want to go check that out. We've got the Keshiks and the Archers moving towards the top side. I'm just going to have a look and see if there's anything else that he says. So he says that we know that, so that's the 7 out of 9. So there's probably going to be one more for the Feudal Age and one more for the Imperial Age, because at the moment he's got 2 listed for the Feudal Age, 3 listed for the Castle Age, and 2 listed for the Imperial Age. So that would make sense that you'd have an option between 3. And that's kind of interesting, right? Because it reminds me almost of the Byzantines in the way the mercenary house works, in that you've got these mutually exclusive options. And look, I suspect they're probably going to have bonuses. Like, this is me, just remember, this is me absolutely just spitballing right here, but this just makes sense. If you've got mutually exclusive options, you want to be able to go back and get those other ones, right? So they're probably going to have like a suite of units, just standard, like maybe an archer, maybe a horseman, maybe a spearman, but then they've got those uniques that they can add on to it. And the problem is, like, maybe you want the sergeant, but you also want like the French unique cavalry unit. And so I reckon there's probably going to be an upgrade either in like Castle or Imperial where you can double back and be like, you can build a set, or you can call upon a second alliance and grab in like an additional troop or something like that. I'm 99% sure they'll have that. They'll have to have that, man. There'd be no way they don't. Have a look at this, though. 7 scouts all moving out on the map. They've all got their little shift clicks collected. All their waypoints are going. Meanwhile, back towards the base, we've got the Byzantines now looking to put the hurt on. Unfortunately, we've I want to watch this. This is way more exciting for me because look at how well they do. He just comes out here, grabs every single deer carcass that he can. There we go. And they're all on the way home. Now you just got to pick up the boar and put it on the back. Fortunately, it's a little bit too big. Doesn't quite fit. But there you go. Look, I'm excited about the DLC. I'll be honest, because a lot of people and sort of read that first line, as we kind of saw people in the Reddit posts saying, like, all you've done is you've read the first line where it says 2 variant civs, and I got to be honest, I think the devs are selling it short, bro. I don't be calling it a variant civ. Like, it's not a variant civ. I don't think this qualifies as a variant civilization. A variant civilization is like Joan of Arc in French, okay, or Juicy Legacy in Chinese. There are very clear parallels to be drawn here. I don't see the parallels with the French. And look, maybe we'll have to wait and see, but when you specifically say, hey, this is a variant civ, but there's literally nothing in common with the original civ, bro, just call it a new civ. It's okay. It's all right. Age Up comes through on the north. I didn't even realize we've got Age Ups on both sides here. Sort of with the Golden Horn Tower. Going to be moving into a lot of Keshiks. To the south of the map, the Regnitz Cathedral is coming up. A little bit of a raid. Not going to find too much down here. Both players yet to lose a single villager. Dennis looking to change that, though. Making his way towards the top side. If we ride on board with the sword off, he's got absolutely no idea. Gosh, that's so annoying, isn't it? I tell you what, having to play with that. I tell you what, I'm still waiting for that option to mute button. You know, it would be really nice to be able to click this building and just go beep, and it just mutes it. It just mutes the attack warning from that building because that's so annoying, man. When a person does, like when you're playing the Mongols and they do this, it's like, I don't want to know that I'm under attack. By the way, where did those horsemen go? Okay, they're up here. They're just chilling. Age Up now coming through. Where the prelate's at. How many prelates has he got on the field at the moment? He's only got the 1 prelate. Don't tell me it's in the Archon. It's in the Archon. Oh, Dennis, I tell you what, my friend. Big mistake. It's not really a big mistake. No, it is a big mistake. I feel like you should 100% be playing tempo. There's no reason not to be having 3 prelates out here on the map right now, sitting on each one of these relics. And I don't care that there's Keshiks. You know, look, this is where the army is right now. There's nothing to have stopped you from just taking all 3. Because right now, if Sword of starts stealing away these relics, I'm going to get upset on your behalf. I'm going to get upset for you. You can call me Drongo, a.k.a. Karen. Wait, what's a male Karen is called a Kevin. You can call me Kevin. I like Kevin. That's a good name. It's such a high-quality name, Kevin. There's a guy from Age of Empires 3. His name's Kevin. And I love that he just that was it. That's his gamer tag, Kevin. It's just like I got mad. He's good too. He's like I played him in a show match once. He stomped me. He didn't really stomp me, but you know, it was yeah, he got a couple victories. We'll say that much. But oh, good days. All right, first of the relics. Looks like it's going to be going down for Dennis. Dennis not being particularly menacing today, and sort of actually going to snipe away a second one. A little bit problematic right now, sort of is. Horseman behind the base, and look at how well Dennis has done right here. Can I just give Dennis actual credit right now? He's going to get a little bit of street cred right here. Dennis, you are a bit of a menace. Let me explain why. Dennis is attacking the back of the base. Now, why is that a good thing? That's a good thing because it's drawing all the army back here to defend, because the villagers, they don't want to die, right? But what that also means is that the army's not out here contesting relics. The only trouble is, Dennis isn't out here contesting relics either. Dennis! Dennis! No, I don't think I'm thinking of Matilda, dude. Is that it? Matilda? You guys remember that? Jeez, that was fun. I think they intentionally made the movie Matilda, and I just firstly want to apologize if I offend anybody who's like an orphan that's watching this or was orphaned. But I think they just make that movie. Maybe this speaks volumes about my childhood, but I think they just make that movie so that children behave better. Because it's like, hey, we could send you to the orphanage. So like, at least that's what my mum used to tell me. Sorry, Mum. Throwing you under the bus right there. Oh, gosh. I still just remember that scene. It's funny how, like, as children, like, you really do remember the traumatic things in a lot of the content that you consume. Like, I remember the scene where she gets locked in the cupboard, and I just remember... maybe I'm misremembering, but I just remember that she gets locked in the cupboard and thinking about how scared I would be to be locked in the cupboard. Anyway, that's it. It's funny how that... I guess that, you know, it's a good childhood if that's my most traumatic experience, right? It's not, but that's all I'm sharing. Another prelate going to go down here on the south side. Dennis still sitting on one relic at the moment. Dennis, geez, I tell you what. And this is part of the reason why. Okay, so let me explain what I think Dennis could improve on. Because keep in mind, Dennis is a Conqueror 3 player. And he's still, that's a very good player. But there's always things that we can improve on, right? Like, there are some games I watch Marine Lord. I'm like, you know what? This guy's making no mistakes. And then there's some games I watch where I'm like, probably could have used a wall here, buddy. This is one of those games where Dennis could use a little bit of feedback. So, Dennis, I don't know if you're watching. If you are, good to see you. I would say what you want to do is you put an extra vil on gold when you're thinking about aging up. So, you know when you age up and you're like, okay, I'm going to just transition 6 vils over to gold. Put a 7th vil on. And with that extra vil on gold, now what you're going to do is instead of building vils before you age up, what you can do is build a prelate before you age up because you've got that extra gold. And what that means is that now you've got an extra 1 or even an extra 2 prelates, and you can take all of them out onto the map, and then the moment you hit Castle Age, you can click all those relics straight away. The prelates are in position. You pick up all of the relics and bring them back immediately. You don't have to do it with the safe one, but all of the contested ones, 100%. There's no reason not to. It's such a huge advantage. Not only does every other civilization have to build a monastery, train a monk, and then move that monk out there, you get to do all of that, and you get to do it in the feudal age. And so the moment you get to Castle Age, you can just click the relic and straight away come through. That's the only thing gating you from actually taking that relic is Castle Age. Everything else, you can just do it. So that's one of the key things. Oh, my mouse did that thing again. That's one of the key things I would look to try and implement in my gameplay right now if I was Dennis or any budding Holy Roman Empire enjoyer. We'll switch it over to income per minute. Right as the armies begin to battle, quite a number of units out here as well. Crossbowman on the backside, teeing off. It's a good mass that he's got at the moment, Dennis. He's been absolutely training out the wazoo. I think he might be going Imperial here. He does have 2 relics. Now, when it comes to the Holy Roman Empire, your key factors here, you're looking 2 relics is okay, 3 relics is good, 4 relics is great, 5 relics is confusing. I don't know why we've got so many relics. Now, interesting from sort of is he's gone for a 2nd TC back here, and that's part of the reason why his army doesn't look as scary. So sort of looks to be playing the long game as well. And I think this is a smart move. He knows that his enemy's going to be going Imperial soon. The moment he goes Imperial is the moment that his economy is going to start going ham. But not only is he going to be going ham on the economy, but he's also going to start getting upgrades in. So sort of is going to be working overtime to be able to defend this push that's going to be coming normally around like the 22, 23 minute mark is when it's going to be coming. Because that's when, you know, Swabia has been kicking for about 4 or 5 minutes at that point. You've been able to grab all of your key upgrades as well as the Holy Roman Empire. So I'd be saying from the perspective of sort of what you want to be doing here is not looking to fight. Doing raiding is definitely the right call. You want to be thinking about Imperial yourself and adding in even a 3rd TC as you click Imperial. So once you've clicked Imperial, 3rd TC, then that's where you're looking to try and get those upgrades in as well. So you could look for some big upgrades. So in particular, I'd be thinking about getting the Mercenary House upgrade, the Elite contract, quite good because it's upgrading multiple different units. It's upgrading multiple units. It's upgrading different units. It's upgrading multiple different units as opposed to singular different units. Sacred Site, neutralized. Obviously just taking it for the gold for the moment. I tell you what, man, I'm super excited about this DLC. Like, we haven't even spoken about the fact that we're getting a new English in, which is just going to be amazing. I think just for the purposes of, you know, old time's sake, I'm just going to have to start maining the new English. One of the interesting things that I noticed was there was a screenshot that I didn't actually show you guys. It was on this, was it on the Steam page? No, it was on the announcement. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. Give me a sec here. Let me see, hold on. I'm going to see if I can pull it up, but there was a screenshot that I didn't show because it was on the blog post, but it wasn't on the Steam page. Where's the blog post? Hold on, I'm just on Reddit. Give me a sec. I'm here with you guys. Okay, here's the blog post. Cal posted it. Don't worry. We're going to watch it. All right, we got ourselves a little bit of a fight. We'll talk about that later. Crossbows on the front line. Plenty of wait, did he not click up? Did Dennis not? Dennis, why are you getting lumber preservation and pushing? Dennis, just go Imperial. Dennis, just go Imperial Age. Dennis, what are you doing? You're the Holy Roman Empire, my friend. You'll find. You had a wonderful window. What is going on in this game? That is not what I expected to see. What? 19 minutes in and Dennis is getting all the upgrades. Dennis just got to play Castle Age. I mean, has he just decided that he doesn't have the resources to do it? I mean, he's got such a good defensive position. He's got double relic with Springald emplacement. You can't push into that. You can't. I don't really think you can push into it. How do you push into it, right? Emergency repairs on both of these. Mangonel's not going to do it. Springald's not going to do it. You need Chirosophons, and Chirosophons are just going to get absolutely bled out by all of the crossbows here. This is I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. All right, he's going to fall back for the moment. Maybe he'll look to go Imperial there. Okay, so this is the screenshot that I wanted to show you guys. I might have to do a little bit of magical editing here. Hold on. All right, let's bring it up. Okay, so there we go. I'm gonna zoom in over on this part. If we do this, move that in for you. Do you see the arc that these longbows are firing on, dude? And the fact that they've got fire on them, I'm 99% sure there is going to be something to do with like being able to shoot at the ground and like fire at the ground, if you know what I mean. Like create fire on the ground. Kind of like, you know, the Byzantines, right? How the Byzantines, when they use their Chirosophon and it goes onto buildings, if the units nearby go onto that fire, it will start burning them. I think that's probably the same mechanic that they're using. And then that way, oh, that's going to be so sick for defenses. It's going to be just like, come at me, bro. And the whole ground is just going to be fire. Oh my God. You can fire... Yeah, you can, hold on, you can fire at the ground. Yeah, attack ground. Yeah, okay. I think the new longbow is going to have the ability to attack ground, and it's probably, I don't think it's going to be a feudal ability. I'm going to say it right now. I think it's probably, I mean, if we go back and have a look at that picture, just give me a sec. These kind of look like Imperial units, right? Or maybe not. I mean, they got a lot of yellow and gold on them. They could be Imperial units, but I guess the part of me that's thinking out loud right now is suggesting, or at least thinking it could be Imperial age. Anyway, we'll wait. We'll have to wait and see. But interesting mechanic though, if they look to do that. Also, I don't know how I feel about a Hui Pow on a keep. I do kind of like it though, because there were a lot of times where you know, do you guys remember the keep war meta? Where you'd come out here and you'd put a keep down on this gold, and then they'd put a keep on this gold, and then you'd have to fight each other on the keep, and it became a race as to who could take down the enemy keep faster, and you'd have like 3 trebs under this one and 2 trebs under this one. If you can get like a Hui Pow emplacement, maybe they can just put siege on top. What if they can just put siege on top and it just increases the range of the siege? But then how do they get the Hui Pow? Maybe they get the Hui Pow. Oh, maybe they get, oh, where does the Hui Pow come from? Do you want me to quick... I'm not going to Google it right now because there's about to be a war that breaks out. But maybe that's one of the bonuses that they get. They're kind of a bitzer, aren't they? They just got bits of everything. Maybe the Hui Pow is one of the, like, the age-up bonuses. It could be. It could be. I'm just saying it. I'm just saying it right now. Could be. Now, just keep in mind, I don't have any inside information. I genuinely have no idea. I'm not even kidding you. I didn't even get notified that there was going to be a blog post or anything. The only time I got notified was when I had like 4 missed calls from Crackety here, like, hey, they dropped the notes. You gotta go. And speaking of gotta go right now, have a look at the amount of units that are here on the front line. Springald's at the back. He's gonna try and build through. No, don't attack the cavalry. You want to attack the infantry. That's exactly where he goes. You can see how much coverage he's trying to get here. He's actually doing a pretty decent job of getting through, but the numbers on the back, beautiful micro. Honestly, can I just say right now from what we witnessed there with sort of, that was really, really nice. And he's actually doing well. He's doing work. Hold on a minute. Okay. All right. That was, did you see? Okay, so his Mangonel was working on the back line and the Springalds were hitting the front line. That's how you actually do it. That's unironically how it's meant to be done. Sort of is the pioneer of what the devs envisioned when they changed the Springald and said, we're going to make it so that this kills melee units and this kills ranged units. Springald goes down. Did the boar just kill that? Boar, are you hungry? Sounded like he said yes. I think he said yes. Yeah, wow, okay. Yeah, now I'm interested all of a sudden. It's like, okay, now I gotta know. I'm sure there'll be like people that post to Reddit that'll be like, okay, historically there is a... Because remember, right, like the devs specifically said in that blog post, they want things to be more historically accurate, if that makes sense, right? Not if that makes sense. Like that's what they said. They want it to be more historically accurate. Is there a case of like, of the Knights Templars? My mouse did it again. That's 3 times. Knights Templars putting like mangonels on top of castles or forts? Maybe. I don't know. There'll be a post on Reddit tomorrow and it will have that. It'll be like, here it is. This is it. That'll be exciting. Can you, oh my, can you imagine that? Someone's pushing into your base and you just put 3 mangonels up on a keep? Nah, they're gonna limit it. It'd have to be 1. You can only put 1 up at a time. One mango wouldn't be too bad. Because, like, we've got the mangonel in placement. I guess the most powerful thing about it, because I reckon it would be, like, you'd put... The mangonel would go on there. The mangonel cannot be killed until the keep is killed. It would extend the range of whatever siege unit it puts on there as well, but, like, everything else stays the same, right? Like, the damage stays the same. It's just the range, because you're up higher, right? So, obviously, we're talking about, you know... kinetics here, so the higher you are, then the more value you're going to get out of your length, your width, your range, your breadth. Age up now, online for Dennis. It's in the back of the base. Interesting positioning on the palace. I think that's probably about the best you could have gone. I would have gone over here on the wood line. Doesn't really change too much. It just means that you're going to be able to transition to farms a little bit easier. 25-minute on the age up, kind of late, not going to lie, and Sordov's in a decent position now. Like, he's been losing vills throughout this, and he's still losing more right now as the horsemen try and take down this keep. Couple of Lametanai here, but he's not super far ahead. He's only 13 vills ahead. So now that his opponent has aged up, so obviously Sordov's going to look to age up here, but I would be saying you want to drop a 3rd TC as well, just so that you can keep parity, because there's a good chance right now what's going to happen is Dennis is just going to keep training from the TC, because this is such a delayed age up, as well as the Palace of Swabia. So now he's got equivalent, essentially double the amount of TCs that you've got. So this is something that you need to be very cautious about, and something that you need to be aware of. So I would be hoping that that's what we see. A little bit of a raid down towards the bottom side. Gulam just doing his stabbity best. Also, we got the, oh my lord, look at the Kashik, dude. You can see the reason why it's so important to have this Palace of Swabia over here. Because then you can garrison here. Like, what does this Swabia do? Whereas the Swabia here, you just garrison inside and you just kill, like, the Kashik is... Bro, I wish we could see the kill count for this Kashik. He's healing up. He's actually, oh, because he's got the healing bonus. As long as he's able to take them out, you can see the Prelate's going to be moving in here as well, but he's still alive. Now he's just going to... Dude, they can't kill him. Dude, they can't... He's unkillable. He's coming down. He's coming down. They're bringing the health down. They're bringing it down. 8. 3. Is he finally going down? He finally went... Oh, my lord, dude. I reckon this single capture got like 8 vills, 9 vills. What a hero, dude. What an absolute hero. I rest my case with regard to moving the Palace of Swabia here. Oh, lord. Jeez, that was painful. That was very painful. Not for me, but definitely for Dennis. That was painful. Age up coming through from Sordov. Immediately looking for Expilatores, as you do when you hit the Imperial age. Definitely a key upgrade for us. Not really. That's a joke. For anybody wondering, that is a joke. Expilatores, more of a feudal age upgrade. Let's check in and see how he's doing. He's actually connected everything up to the network right now. How is that a 5 when it's... Oh, no, because it's connected to this network. It doesn't need to be connected. He just wants to connect out here. He's got quite a lot of systems, doesn't he? An impressive amount. Raid going to get caught. Elite upgrade on the horseman is through. Also looking for a cannon in placement at the moment. Score's still pretty even between these two. Back in the base. No walls coming up yet for Dennis. Dennis, how many times are we going to have to do this? Dennis, don't you dare. Don't you dare. You got a wall. Wait, where is the T? Why is there no TC out here? Dennis, get a TC out here, my friend. Dennis, you need emergency repairs. You can't be spending stone on repairs, my friend. Now that I think about it, we should have had a TC out here the moment the first Treb came. But I guess it's just one of those things where it's like, you know, you could put the Swabia out here, but do you really want to risk that? I wouldn't want him. Oh my lord, look at the amount of siege he's got back here as well. It's a beautiful little angle that he's got. Plenty of range units on the front. He moves them forward. Hand cannoneers on the back of them. On the back here. Keeper's going to... Well, he's not at the moment. He's still got the repairs coming through. First Treb is down. Second Treb still online. And gonna have to fall back with the range units. A lot of range units between these two comps, but much more in the way of melee on the side of Sordov. Still yet to see Dennis actually eclipse Sordov on that Vil count. He may have, but I suspect he probably lost them. Keep is going to go down here, and with the keep going down, the bombard, or the cannon rather, the royal cannon, if anything, is now going to look really strong. I think Sordov's in a great spot now all of a sudden. Double the military count. I think Dennis just missed the window, man. Dennis, it's a couple little things, right? Like, it's just, you know, if he cleans up the relics a little bit sooner, then he's up to Imperial a little bit sooner. And then if he builds his Palace of Swabia here, Doesn't lose 17 Vils to a single Kashik that's just sitting on 3 HP for the rest of the game. Wallalol in the base. He's going to convert. He's going to convert. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, 2 HP. Look, it's not bad. It's honest work. It's honest work. It's all in a day's work for a prelate. That was actually pretty good. He's still got trouble in paradise, though. I don't know how this goes on much longer. To me, it just feels like it's... I mean, it's not over till the fat lady sings. The trouble that he's going to have is that he's not in control of resources, right? And he doesn't have relics. If he had 4 relics, it wouldn't matter as much because the gold would be less important to him because he's got so much free gold. But the trouble is he doesn't have relics. So these golds are very important for him to get control of. And he doesn't have control of the east. He doesn't have control of the west. In fact, he's lost control of the west. He's got a gold mine on the front with 1,500. This one with 2K. Where does he go next? This one down here with 2,800. It's only a matter of time until he runs out of gold. And when he runs out of gold, that's when the game gets over. Because right now he's okay, but he needs to recover these gold mines. If he doesn't recover them, he's going to be in dire straits. Treb setting up. 200, 200 for sort of. 153 at the moment for Dennis. How quickly the tables have turned. By the way, drink of the day, 30 minutes in. Make sure you report it. Drink of the day, I'm reading your comments, my friend. It's Red Bull. It's Red Bull. We're 7 a.m. in the morning, 7:02 currently in the morning. I've been awake now for 4 hours, and it's time for Red Bull, so that's what we're doing. I'll have a coffee soon as well. Probably a little bit too much caffeine, but look, I was going to say, has anybody ever complained about too much caffeine? Yeah, they have. They probably, those kind of complaints are happening every single day, and look at this, just control. He is just absolutely looking to control this game right now. Horsemen are trying to get their way through. Could even be a potential, yeah, there's a couple enemy horsemen in here right now. But the keep looks like it will come up. I don't think Lord Doubt is smiling on this one. They just had a little bit of trouble getting around the corner. And unfortunately, the keep will get cancelled. Wow, the timing on that was pixel perfect. Jeez Louise. I tell you what, I would have stuck it. I would have stuck it, then I would have sent 35 Vils out to build it up. Even after it had gone down. That would have been what I did. All right, Regnet's in trouble. Relic gonna get picked up. Relic gonna get sniped down. Unfortunately, not gonna be happening today. Let me take a quick swig here. Give me a second, fellas. Oh, it's still cold. After 30 minutes, I cracked it open before I started my cast. That is, that's still cold, man. Tell you what, it's feeling good. All right, well, numbers are starting to build up now. Hand Cannoneers on offense. Horseman around to the top side. He's going to try and look for a connection on the Mangoes. Upgrade on the Mangoes, not quite yet. Roller Shutter Trigger's on the way through for sort of. Continuing to fire down on that front line. He's worked his way through it. Now everything is starting to make their way to the front. Hold on a minute. Dennis the Menace. Look at him go as he menaces through the army of sort of. Where did it all go wrong for sort of? That's sort of a problem for him right now. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, single horseman, triple horseman, double horseman, single horseman. How many horsemen? Too many horsemen. That is the answer to your question. Meanwhile, towards the top side, we do have a couple of infantry units creating some havoc up here. Double archer, crossbowman, together with the Gulams, cleaning up some Vils. There's a bit of a long distance lumber camp. Why was this ever a lumber camp, by the way? Wait, these are Dennis's. Oh no, I just realized. These are Dennis's Vils. Oh, I thought it was the other way around. I thought Dennis was getting one over sort of, but it turns out that sort of was the one. Dude, he's raiding him at like 5 different places on the map at the same time. That's insane. How is this even a raid that you were doing? How long have these Vils been chased around and chased down? He's lost 56 Vils now. Still keeping up on the Vil count though, 91. I mean, he's losing more and more as the game goes on. Dude, this is tough. All right, he finally got the message. After 33 minutes and 33 seconds, he finally got the message that, hey, walls might actually be useful here. Now, just keep in mind, you don't have to make stone walls. Palisade walls would have been fine here at the 13-minute mark. You know, after that first raid came through, I would have been like, you know what? Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time for some walls. Unfortunately, Dennis, you know, this has turned from, we started off with entertainment, then we moved into a cast. Now we're moving into a coaching session. So, you know, you can take this and work away. Like, number one, what do we want to be working on, Dennis? Oh, my. All right. Oh, he's got Expillatores as well. Look at the extra gold that he's getting. Oh, my lord, that's so painful. Why is the mining camp on that side? I don't know if it really makes a difference, but, like, just out of curiosity. They must have come in from that side. Yeah, so let's talk about what can Dennis improve on, because at the moment, I mean, sort of is playing quite well. He's got a oh my lord, look at that beautiful Byzantine base. Oh, that's just absolutely perfect. Also got the Tower Elephant out. So number one, I'd say is just make sure he gets the Prelates out there a little bit earlier. Number two, because you've got the Prelates out there earlier, you should be able to get at least 3 relics, ideally 4. And then because you've got those relics, by the way, what is going on with that keep? It's got the range. The Culverin just, yeah, it's having a little bit of trouble seeing because I think of the Stealth Forest. It should be able to fire. Just go around this side, brother. Just come around this side. But it's uphill though, so it could be trouble. And yeah, so because you got the relics, you can age up faster. Put the Palace of Swabia on the wood line that you're going to be working immediately. Build some more walls. I think that would be key. Other than that, I feel like it's been pretty good coming out from Dennis. Keep in mind, he's obviously Conqueror 3, right? Like, this is, you know, we're coaching one of the best right now. So that would be, like, my primary feedback. The other thing is, don't be afraid as well to get your Prelate out of the Ark and Chapel and go march them off into the middle of the map. Because if you're on 2 Prelates, right, then that's 50% of your total Prelates, and it's just sitting there. And, like, you will never get a more valuable Prelate than the Prelate that secures a relic. That is the most valuable Prelate that ever exists, because it creates 180 gold for you for the rest of the game. Not only that, but it also means if you're playing the Holy Roman Empire, you've got relics in outposts. So now not only are you creating 180 gold, it's also 180 gold, or sorry, 160 gold, my bad. But also these extra resources. You're also giving range, armor. What else are we getting? Probably cool little things. Armor, range, sight range, weapon range, damage, all that good stuff. So it's just like, it's so important to get the relics as the HRE. So that would be my key advice. But now, Elephants moving down, some nested bees here as well. Everybody's getting involved. We got the Delhi Sultanate, we got the Chinese, we got the French horsemen making their way around. There's the hand cannoneers on the back line. Oh, the nested bees on the back, doing so much work against all of those hand cannoneers. Hand cannoneers going to try and keep it alive, but the nested bees raining down fire upon the enemy position. And we got ourselves out a ball game here. Dennis, unfortunately, he's lost a lot of units. He's lost a lot of vills. He's lost 85 vills this game, and the number just feels like it keeps falling. So I guess technically, like, the vill number keeps falling, but the worker killed number keeps rising. That's probably the best way to think about it. Now moving in towards the base. Regnitz Cathedral could be taken out. He's just going to go straight for it. Give me that relic. That's what he's thinking. Give me that relic. And now moving down towards it. My lovely wife's just brought me through a coffee. We were just talking about the coffee. There you go. Thank you very much, honey. Good morning to you. What time is it? 7:09 in the morning. There you go. She's just woken up. And now Nestor B's rolling down towards the base. 37 minutes into the game. All the landmarks exposed. Not a lot of army here. He's got 21 hand cannoneers. It's in the back of the base. He's not even going to give it up. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Make sure you go check them out. I will leave links in the description to both of these players. I'll leave a link in the description to where you can check out that new screenshot, as well as the Reddit thread. There's lots of links for you to check out, so go check them out. Go say good day, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thank you very much, and goodbye.